Hello, Leo, and welcome to your 2022 predictions. Well, we're going to be looking at general messages first. We're going to be looking at money. We're going to be looking at love. And then we're going to cast some charms for you to get a little bit more, specific and personalized messages for you. Again, these are 2022 predictions, looking ahead to the year 2022 to see, what Spirit has in store for you for 2022. So if you didn't check out my 2022 overall collective message about the numerological breakdown of 2022 and what to expect and what 2022's energy is numerologically, go ahead and check that out, because that might give you a little bit of insight and kind of a foundation of some of the conversations we're going to be having today for you. Before I get into your reading, I would love to invite you to join the Kindred family here by subscribing to my YouTube channel. Click like on this video, drop a comment down below if something resonates. Also bearing in mind that these are general predictions, and so they're going to be probably a lot of different messages here. So use your own powers of discernment and intuition to decipher which messages, if any, are meant for you. Okay, so deep dive into 2022 for you, Leo. Let's go ahead and start out with our Tao Oracle deck here. Messages, general messages for Leo 2022. General overall energy for Leo 2022. Okay, revolution. So there's something happening big next year for you. And this transformation, radical change, could be something that happens more internally. Doesn't necessarily have to be upheaval, if you will, from an external perspective. But some sort of change, some sort of transformation that's going to be happening for you in 2022. Transcendence. Okay. I feel like this message is in alignment with this idea of revolution, this idea of transformation, transcendence. And we have the number 10. The number 10 is it's a completion number. It's like a new cycle number, I guess. So you've completed one cycle and you're transcending or moving into another cycle. So it is connected to the number 1, and the number 1 talks about being a trailblazer, beginning things, initiating things, where the number 10, however, suggests that yes, you are beginning something new, but it's a new cycle. You're not starting from the bottom. You've been through some things and now you're starting a new yes, but you're sitting on the foundation of 1 through 9. So transcending. Big things happening for you, Leo. That's exciting or terrifying, however you decide to look at it. The number 49 is also reducing down to the number 4 as well. So though we're making these radical changes, these big transformations, and we're transcending, elevating, we're moving into a new cycle, a new part of our lives, it's still going to be grounded. And we have the Knight of Cups and the Two of Swords here for you as well. So opening up your heart space, messages around love, and opening up your heart space. It's important to know that the Knight of Cups is uncomfortable in this position of knighthood, because the Knight of Cups is Cups energy. Cups energy is about love and flow and spirituality. It's open and nurturing and nourishing. So in this position of war, in this position of knighthood, it's actually uncomfortable here. So there, with all of these changes and transcendences and just really intense transformative energy, I feel like there's a message around being mindful of your heart space, and that you're not like closing it off, or you're not, creating some sort of hard shell or barrier around your heart space, that you're still finding opportunities to be open and to be loving, and to indulge and embrace those watery sort of things, whether that be art, creativity, things that you're, connected to, your spirituality. Maybe you make art, maybe you create in those ways. So just be mindful of that. And or the Knight of Cups could be representing a person coming into your life in 2022, bringing messages of love and or spirituality, and someone who pulls you out of your shell, someone who's very loving. And I'm getting the message of like being stoic, being they could also be what am I thinking about? Water sign. So they could be a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, a Scorpio. And then we have the Two of Swords. So I feel like the Two of Swords is really talking about clarity of mind is what I'm getting. I'm getting clarity of mind, again, connecting to that emotive energy with the moon here in this card. Following your intuition, like it just feels like following your intuition, especially if there's conflict in your mind. There's a very peaceful and calm feeling to this image here. It's very symmetrical. This individual is sitting straight up, allowing consistent flow from their crown chakra all the way through to their root chakra. It just feels like a very grounded, very certain, very sure sort of imagery. And again, an encouragement to follow your intuition and your heart space as well. Now let's take a look at career for you. Career, money, business, and just overall worldly resources. Get out of your own way. Tourmalated courts. Well, get out of your own way. I mean, I think this is also asking the question, like, how do you get in your own way? How do you interrupt or disrupt or get in the way of or block your own blessings, specifically when it comes to money? Are you not asking for enough? Are you depending too much on, let's say, charm and charisma and not enough on team building and nurturing other people or something like that? I'm just kind of throwing things out there, whatever's coming to my mind and heart. But you know you best. So how are you getting in your own way? How are you stopping you from developing worldly resources? Are you uncertain, unsure about yourself and what you have to offer? I mean, there could be so many things here, right? We have more transformative messages here with death showing up. Could be a Scorpio involved in here somewhere, or you could have Scorpio in your birth chart, strong Scorpio placements. And the Nine of Wands. So what I'm getting here is that a couple of messages. First of all, I feel like the Death card is really connecting to your guiding energy here about revolution and transcendence, this idea of change, transformation. I'm feeling like you're moving into a new kind of stage, a new part, a new place in your life, and you're being called to open up your heart space, be a little bit more vulnerable, follow your intuition, get out of your own way. Again, be ready and emphasis on that change. Again, the number 4 is present here, this idea of groundedness and consistency. And then the Nine of Wands, what I see is this. What I'm seeing here is that in 2022, if you keep doing things in a way that is not producing, so if you keep doing things in the old way that is not producing the outcome that you're looking for, you're going to exhaust yourself. You're going to have done all of this work. You're going to take a moment here and you'll look back and be like, I did all of this work, but is it really getting me closer to my goal? Am I really where I want to be? Am I really going where I want to go? Have I really accomplished what I want to accomplish? So I also feel like this card also reminds me of like just kind of plowing ahead. Fire energy. Like fire energy is very much so kind of a very action-oriented energy. And so the Knight of Wands always reminds me of just plowing ahead with that intense fire energy without a purpose, without a true vision, without a true path and plan. And then you do all of this work and you're looking back on it, you're like, I did all of this work, but nothing was really focused. So therefore I have all of this stuff that I've done, but it's not really gluing together. It's not getting me to a specific place. And so I feel like this idea of making sure that you have a strong plan, making sure that you have a strong direction, and that you know what your path and purpose is, you know what your gifts and talents are, and you know how you can use those things in order to achieve a goal. But you have to have a goal, right? You have to know where you're going and be clear and specific about that. You know? Love, we've got the only thing that is real is love. Shift your focus back to love. I feel like this is, again, connecting back to that Knight of Cups energy. And when we talk about love, we're talking about love in all its ways, shapes, and forms. It's not necessarily romantic love, but it certainly could be. I'm getting the message for those of you who have family, you have loved ones, maybe you have a partner, children. There's a really strong encouragement for you to shift your focus to them in 2022. Give them more time, attention, love, care, intentionality with your loved ones. I'm also getting a message here around I'm getting kind of a nostalgic energy as well. So take that for what it is, a nostalgic energy. Again, love in all its ways, shapes, forms, and manifestations. We have the Ace of Arrows. I did say something about clarity, didn't I? Getting clear on your focus. Getting clear on your focus. And direction for your life in general. And then the Prince of Arrows could be representing a air sign, someone rising Venus, someone who's going to be younger than you. Cupid. This is our page energy, or I'm sorry, our Knight energy here. So the Knight of Arrows, Gemini. Could be any air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but Gemini is coming to mind more. So here, if you're trying to manifest romantic love specifically, I am getting the message here again to be clear on what you want, be clear on what you desire. The Prince of Arrows again could be representing an individual who's going to be in your world in 2022. This person is going to be bringing those intense, swift messages of, thought. This person's going to be witty. This person's going to, be very quick with the mind. Very decisive, I'm getting, for some reason, which I said Gemini, I don't know. But that's just what I'm feeling. Again, as far as love goes, could be, again, a water sign. Scorpio's being highlighted here. Cancer, Gemini, or air signs in general. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. For those of you who have gone through an emotionally distressing or distressing situation love-wise, and you've either written off love or decided to focus on your career, focus on other things except for love, I feel like the entirety of this message is really calling you back to love, and specifically back to the root of love, and that's within ourselves. The love that we have for ourselves, the strengthening of our self-love is actually going to radiate outward. We are going to be a magnet to the same love that we give ourselves. So if you want a better love from the outside, then you have to love yourself better from the inside. Okay. Alrighty, let us do our charms. So I'm going to lift this up after we cast our charms. So we have our 8 areas of life here. And this is a casting layout that I created to help give some focus to our charms here. So, Leo. Okay. So focus is going to be on your social life for 2022. Got our spread. It's getting a little wonky here. Okay. You watched any of my videos? Okay. Let's prop it up so we can get a better look. Oops, I'm making him slide. That's not good. Allow me to struggle. Allow me to struggle. Okay. Ooh. So let's see what we got here. Did make them slide a little bit, but okay. So in our focus, we have our feather messages. We have our mask flipped upside down, so allowing ourselves to be seen for who we truly are, our truth, living in our truth. And we, with the Knight of Cups, I feel like the Knight of Cups also emphasizes that, taking off your armor, being more open and vulnerable. And then we have our this little mechanism here, which is a part of a machine. This to me talks about work. I feel like it's also like part to whole. So you being a part of something bigger. Okay, so there's obviously an emphasis and a concentration in health, family, legacy, and self-care. I feel like the dragon here is emphasizing our message, our dragon card message around transcendence, but I feel like it's also talking about being a little bit more intense and tangible about your self-care. So self-care isn't just about mental and emotional and spiritual care. It's also about physical care. And I feel like there's just a message around it's okay to do things for your body that are healthful and caring. We also have the spider there in self-care. And the spider talks about dream weaving, I feel like self-care for you is doing some, like dreaming up. What do you want your life to look like, be like? How does your filling up your cup look? And what are your dreams? I don't know. I feel like dreaming, having journaling on your life's goals and dreams and what you see and the vision that you have for yourself is a form of self-care, is what I'm getting. We have the Tree of Life in our health space, as well as the Dove. We have lots of charms in here. So the just kind of overall messages that I'm getting in for health is, if the perspective that you have on your health right now is not serving you in a positive way, get a new perspective. Music could be healing. Peace is healthful. So I'm getting a couple of messages here, like be mindful of family-related or genetic-related health concerns and do your best to mitigate those in your life. Messages around health, doing physical activity is important. Giving yourself the gift of health as well is what I'm getting. And then we have the owls kind of straddling health and family. And so wisdom around health, being wise, being smart. Music, again, is coming up in the family center, as well as protection. There might be messages in music for you as well. Messages potentially from your family, ancestors, things like that. In music, in music lyrics. Tuning out the world as well when it comes to health. So if watching social media and other sorts of things are not healthful for you, tuning that stuff out and then going inward and focusing on what you need. What brings you peace? What can you do from a physical activity standpoint in order to be the best version of yourself from a health point of view? And then we have the Fan connecting to ancestors and legacy. Also really, really close to the focus as well. So I think, again, ancestral energy, family, legacy, ancestral energy is really important here. Maybe even doing some digging, if that's been on your heart to do, about your ancestors and or connecting with your ancestors, whether it be through oracle or tarot, other sorts of things like that, mediums, prayers, or like literally doing research on your family as well, whatever you're being called to do. And with the engagement, I feel like a partnership with your ancestors is going to be a focus of 2022 as well. Again, 2022 is about partnerships in general because it is a number 2 is highlighted in 2022. So we have 3 2s there, and I talk about this again in that longer video about 2022 numerologically. The number 2 and the number 6 are highlighted. So the numbers that are about companionship, partnership, love, those sorts of things are highlighted there. And so I feel like a partnership with your ancestors, getting to know them, moving things around a little bit in that space is going to be important. And then we also have career and business being highlighted as well. So we have Libra, again, this idea of partnerships and balancing your energy with others' energy, what your needs are with what others' needs are, whether that be individuals or companies or whatever. That being highlighted there in your career space and collaborations. I feel like more success will come to you in career and business when you are being more diplomatic, if that makes any sense at all, when you're balancing your needs and others' needs. Again, partnerships, collaborations in career are going to be highlighted not only for you, but that was also a collective message as well, because the year 2022 is about collaborations, partnerships, and like love and empathy and things like that. So like navigating connections in general and highlighting connections in general is what 2022 is about. And I feel like that's highlighted for you specifically in your career zone, that working on those relationships from career and business perspective is going to be beneficial to you. I feel like also messages in career and business as well. Messages, I'm feeling like they're positive messages concerning career and business. I'm also getting this message of taking flight and moving upward. This idea, we talked about transcendence as well when we looked at your oracles. So, because this bird to me feels like it's going up, like it's traveling up and going higher. So I feel like that's talking about advancements in your career through the connections, collaborations, and social currency that you develop and work on. So, lots of messages for you, Leo. But let's see. Yeah. So I feel like there were definitely a lot of reiterating several of the same messages coming back kind of over and over again with you as well. And again, this idea of the fact that 2022 is going to be a big year for you in the form of transformation. Something radical is changing for you, and that could be in many different areas of your life. I feel like your career, from our charms, your career and your like health and wellness centers, self-care, those spaces were highlighted. Opening yourself up more to and living in your authenticity. Just lots of messages. Pay attention to music, lyrics. Be mindful of the music that you're listening to and the messages that they are conveying. And again, leaning in on that love space inside of yourself, and also being more available to those that are closest to you, close family, friends, if you have a partner, if you have children, being more available to your loved ones. So Leo, these are the messages that I have channeled for you today for your 2022 predictions. I hope this was helpful for you. If something resonated, do drop a comment down below. Click like, subscribe if we're not already connected, and I will see you in an upcoming message. Bye-bye.